Jeremy, I got enough tickets for the Great American Challenge at Dave and Buster's. What are you doing?
Right. Mike, I found this claw machine.
Why are you straining so hard?
There's a podcast inside the machine.
There's a podcast in there? I just see a bunch of Pokemon
I
characters.
swear it's in there. It's left, a little bit more. Mike, look around the backside.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it, Jeremy. Okay, to the left. Left.
Left.
Okay, forward. Stop. All right, Jeremy, I think you got it. Press the button. Oh, it's grabbing it. Oh, wait for the wobble. Oh, I think you got it, Jeremy. You got it.
Oh, man. It must be a really great podcast if it was in this claw machine.
How many tries did it take?
73.
73 tries?
Yep.
Well, we have been here for 9 hours.
I've got all of these cards. I've had them for years. I just keep putting them in my wallet.
Well, we just keep coming back here all the time. So, what does it say? What type of podcast is it? It's not true crime, is it? We just did a bunch of those.
Nope, not a true crime.
Is it like a holiday one? That would come in handy.
No, it's just two guys.
Just another two guys.
Just another two guys.
Just another two guys. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you take what you can get nowadays, Jeremy.
I gotta flip it over. Look on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, Mike.
Claire.
One of these guys is...
Claire and Edward?
One of these guys is a lady.
Well, Jeremy, one of our grandparents was Claire, and he helped our grandmother counterfeit $7 million.
Wasn't his name Clancy?
No, it was Claire.
Jessica?
He threatened to put a hit out on my dad.
What did he do?
Back to the Majizzy Cave!
Two best buddies are talking about whatever they want. They're looking for a show to steal and treasure to haunt. Michael and Jeremy, steal your podcast. Michael and Jeremy, steal your podcast. They like to get crazy, talk a lot of trash. Michael and Jeremy, steal your podcast.
Welcome to Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Mike.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing peachy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, Jeremy, you have acquired from a claw machine a podcast called Just Another Two Guys.
Well, to be fair, I was trying to get the unicorn.
The
That
unicorn
was
Pokemon?
It was next to the podcast, but
Unshimmelydong.
is that a prescription?
No, it's a Pokemon.
Oh.
It's a unicorn type.
Would that be an Earth Pokemon?
A unicorn? Energy.
Do they have deer? They have deer and stuff, right?
And their meat is delicious.
You never captured it. You release it and it's in a slaughterhouse. What's its name?
It's Unshiddlygong.
Unshiddlygong, I choose you for the slaughter.
Well, that's kind of what they turned Pal World into, is you can like murder Pokemon and give them guns and eat them and stuff like that.
I never played it. Is it?
Well, they're in a huge lawsuit now. Nintendo's finally deciding to sue them based on the concept of the Pokeball.
That's why you can't get too big.
Yep. You're fine until you're making millions, until you're the #1 game on Steam for months and months.
You gotta stay under that radar.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Just like now for us stealing this podcast. Well, anyway, Jeremy, just two guys. Just another two guys.
I listened to the intro of their first episode.
Yeah, me too. I actually listened to their full first episode, and I've gleaned a lot of information about these two individuals, Jeremy, as they begin their podcast journey with one another. And, I'll tell you right now. Let's start with this. The one thing that I want to squash right now. September of 2024, they launched their first episode. They probably recorded a few and did the smart thing, built a backlog. They talk about that briefly, and I gave them kudos in my brain. I was like, they're starting this right. You know, They're building a backlog. Remember how the sock? Oh my God.
Where's my sock?
Where's my sock? Remember where's my sock, Jeremy?
Of course I do. We
Yeah.
have one of the socks on our bar.
It's here, and we got to discuss with people and explain the best way to go about starting a podcast. And one of the things that we hit was a backlog, and they're already on it, Jeremy. These Gen Smegma or whatever it's called.
Are they in school still?
I believe they're in the final semester or whatever of high school.
I think the Z's are almost out of school.
Oh yeah, the Z's are old people now.
I think they're almost out.
Yep, the Z's are old.
Or are the alphas the little kid? Like, is your daughter, is she alpha? Gen alpha?
I don't know.
Maybe
Should I know this?
Maybe we should ask Bing.
Should I ask Delaney what generation she is?
Don't ask her. Leave it up to her. I'm from Generation Mars Unicorn Sphincter. You're very creative, Delaney. Thank you.
The word sphincter did come up this week. And,
Really?
Someone said sphincter and I laughed and she's like, what? I was like, that means butthole. She's like, sphincter. I was like, yes.
Wasn't there a joke from our childhood?
Jeff's first AOL instant messenger name.
Yes.
His name was Sphincter Anus.
Yes, Sphincter Anus.
Sphincter Anus.
When the internet was young and all the names were available.
What was your first AOL instant message name?
Killer Slade 22.
We've talked about this 1,000 times. Mine was Imodium. I got Imodium. That's my instant messenger name.
Was it from an album?
No, Imodium is a diarrhea medication.
Yeah, but you chose that?
I did.
Oh, and you knew it was a...
No.
Oh.
I was like, Imodium. Ooh, that sounds cool and
so metal.
mysterious.
Imodium.
So then I found out it was a diarrhea medication. And I was like, you know what? It's even better now. But Jamie, just another two guys. They start they explain why they start a podcast, and as the way that they put it is, they're in math class. Claire's in math class. And she's like, you know what would be funny if we made a podcast?
Hilarious.
It's so funny. What if we did? What if we did it? What if we made a podcast?
Stop it. You're being too much right now. Stop.
And no one said no, Jamie. So they were like, let's do it. And who answered the call, Jamie? Her co-host, Edward.
Oh, Eddie.
Yep, and they don't really hang out, Jeremy. They don't really hang out, but now they're doing
Really?
a podcast. They've got several episodes in, Jeremy.
They've got great charisma.
And chemistry, as you can guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to it, and you guys, you got a thing going. It's palpable. It's in the air. So
they've talked about this podcast when they were in math class,
yeah.
when they should have been talking about it in chemistry.
Yes.
These two just bounce right off of each other.
They're improv kids, theater kids doing improv. I really wanted to see about getting them on the show. I sent them a message on Instagram, and I didn't
Were you
get
ever a theater kid or attended math class?
No. Wait, yes. Wait, is that one of the things that we voted on?
I was in acting class. I did drama.
I did not.
Yes, I was in drama for a long time.
How long?
I think I started in middle school, and I went all the way through high school.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh.
And before that, when I was in elementary school, I was part of a acting class that was outside of school.
A traveling acting class.
Yep. Gypsies.
Yeah.
They made us take our clothes off and dance. I don't know what it was.
One day we'd meet outside the Dairy Queen. The other day it was in the abandoned dugout at the baseball field.
One day we'd meet at the Dairy Queen. The next day the Dairy Queen would be gone.
Yeah, Dairy Queens have a thing about doing. They do that, don't they? Dairy Queens. They spontaneously disappear.
Dairy Queens and suppressed memories.
Yeah. Where do they go? No one knows.
No, it was a fun bit. The teacher told me to take my pants off. I was 4.
What was his name? Mr. Not Tribally. What was his name?
Belvedere?
No, our digital media teacher.
Oh, fuck.
The Hawaiian shirt guy who touched all the ladies.
And all the men.
And everyone.
All their shoulders. He never rubbed my shoulders.
His hands were so soft. I noticed.
Mr. Hansley?
No. Oh, his name escapes me.
Yep.
Much like he probably is not escaping a prison cell from child molestation.
Or all the regret and shame.
Yeah. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me.
I have a yearbook.
I'm not looking. I'm not spending that much time.
pull out my yearbook
Oh, Jeremy's going. Okay. All right. So we paused, and Jeremy went through the yearbook, and we tried to find him. I still think my brain will summon it at some point, but the mysterious thing is
Hunter, if you're listening, tell us who the man who rubbed your shoulders was.
I think we went over it, Jeremy, in the we did another podcast where it was just two guys.
Oh, this is just two more guys.
Yeah, so we've stolen a podcast called Just Two Guys, and now we're stealing just another two guys.
I wonder if Claire and Edward looked up Just Two Guys and then found that podcast. Well, we got to name it something else.
Yeah.
Just another two guys. It's a fun bit.
Just Two Guys 2. Right?
Yep.
Just Two Guys 2.
Just two guys.
That's what I would have chosen.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. So we're stealing just another Two Guys 2. Just Two Guys 2.
What do they talk about on their podcast?
They talk about whatever they want. They actually dedicate a decent amount of time to just discuss things that they might discuss.
Oh.
So movies, TV. They did mention How I Met Your Mother, which I can get behind.
These children did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess it's really...
Big fans.
I guess it gets passed down from the parents.
Well, yeah, I mean, people like Friends, and that
Do they?
show's been dead forever.
Never watched it.
There's it's a show that exists, a comedy.
Never seen a single episode.
I think the top 5 sitcoms are Seinfeld, Friends. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What's another one?
The Sopranos.
Yep, great comedy. The Titanic movie.
Yep.
and How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, top 5
The Titanic's my favorite.
greatest sitcoms.
Titanic's my favorite anime.
Yeah. Oh no, Jeremy, that's next week.
Oh.
Anyway, so Jeremy, we're sitting here. We are adults stealing their podcast. We can drink. We can drink bourbon, and not only that, Jeremy, we can. Not only can we drink bourbon, but we have lived and experienced enough in our lives to justify the drinking of bourbon.
Yes, and because we've put our noses down and worked hard enough,
Oh, yes, and improv.
we have the money to afford scotch, which is on its way. As courtesy of my
Scotch
wife.
delivery?
My wife is having scotch delivered to the studio.
Wow. Jeremy, we've made it. Jeremy,
We're done. We did it.
We did it.
Shut it down.
Cheers.
It's all over.
Huzzah. So actually, let me pour another shot here. Because we are of the drinking age.
Here, would you like a beer that I have just sitting here?
I would.
Open? Ooh, that sounded good. I like that.
Upgrade your equipment, Claire and Edward.
You get nice, crisp sounds
And then you
like.
can do this.
That's what it sounds like when I'm at the end of peeing.
Because of your prostate.
Yep. Because I've just been massaging it so much.
Oh, God. Anyway. Ooh, I can have the beer with the sleeve on it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just opened it.
Amazing. So, yeah, Jeremy,
This is very much after my heart, Mike. These two sat down and they were like, what are we going to do with our lives? Let's do a podcast.
Right, funny
reminds
joke.
me
funny joke.
of something that we once did, Mike.
It is. It's pretty much how. And you know what else reminds me?
We
of
were
me
young
and you?
once.
You want to know what else reminds me of me and you about them?
What?
Is as they're discussing like what they should do with their podcast, their maiden voyage into this space, as they discuss what this show is really going to be. They had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say that they would emulate other podcasts.
Well, I mean, what's wrong with that? They can emulate other podcasts.
I thought you'd be more upset about this.
Why?
Because that's what we do, Jamie.
We don't emulate other
really
podcasts.
don't.
We do them better,
Faster,
stronger.
and hornier. So, you know what? Go for it. Go for it. You guys, if you have a dream, follow it. Another bit of advice.
Do you know how boring our podcast would be is if we did everyone else's podcast beat for beat?
Oh, God. It would be so
If
annoying
we emulated
and boring.
their show in that way?
Yeah.
No, it's because it's us doing it
Right.
our way.
We barge in, And we just do, we're and we're here, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Sometimes we've listened to many of their episodes. Sometimes I haven't listened to any of their episodes.
I wish I could find some of their improv.
Who, Claire and Edward?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think a 17 to 18-year-old improv is like nowadays, Jamie?
Oh, I'm sure there's a bunch of terms that I don't understand.
No cap.
I get that one. That one melded a little bit with the millennials.
Is the cap good or the no cap good?
It just means lying.
Oh,
so
lying.
no cap means you're not lying.
Not
Yes.
lying. You're not wearing a hat.
That's cap means you're lying.
You got that hat on, you
Yep.
liar.
What?
You better take that hat off, you liar. You are bald. See, you
Yeah.
liar.
What are you trying to hide your bald spot? What is this?
What
is it?
Hey,
What-
John Goblicon. How's
You
it going?
you wearing a beanie? What are your ears called? You liar.
But I took a look at their Instagram account. You know what's really funny?
I will tell you what I think is funny is that
have
you're snooping on children's Instagram.
They're very close to ours. And they started like 2 months ago. Although our presence on Instagram has almost been non-existent.
Oh, you're
so-
saying their Instagram's popping off?
Yeah.
They have a very popular Instagram. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, and they only have like 5 posts.
Well, I mean, it's all the kids. Yeah, they're doing good, man.
They have great. You have friends. Cool.
They're crushing it.
I wish I had friends.
I'm right here.
I wish I had more friends.
I wish I had more than 1 or 2 friends.
I have a good amount of friends.
I know they're all about to call in and leave a voicemail. You motherfucker!
Yeah.
I helped you move.
If I could get anyone to call the show, leave a voicemail. The phone number is 903-287-0660. We'll play it on the show, text or voicemail.
I want to talk to Hunter.
You want me to call him?
I haven't talked to Hunter since your wedding.
Yeah.
Since I was a drunk little
Well,
liar.
he works a lot.
I was a drunk little liar.
He's been through a lot too.
What do you mean? Chemo?
Yeah. Yeah. But he beat it because he's a monster of a man.
If anyone could,
That's right.
it's him.
He did lose one of his testicles.
He taught me how to drive a stick shift
Yeah.
around a Steak and Shake parking lot.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
In green
Remember his
truck.
little Ford Ranger? Was it
Yeah.
a Ford Ranger?
It was.
Yeah. And he had a lionfish.
Oh, I almost had it. It almost came to me. I feel like it's an L-Y. The guy's last name.
Lynn?
No.
Leonard?
No.
Mr.
Nimoy.
Mr. It's so difficult. We only had him for 1 semester.
Yeah.
It was memorable though.
We owned that the school. So for our high school, we did the morning announcements, and we made them. Anchorman was very new at the time,
Loved Will Ferrell
and
at the time.
that became a bit that I got kicked off of the news for being. They said I was too SNL
And then I
with the
was
school news.
I was one of your background guys for the news. Like I'd help do the writing, put the prompts up and the stuff. And
Yeah.
any hijinks that you wanted to do, I was right there with you. You got kicked off the news, and then I got put on the news.
Yeah.
And then I continued the shenanigans and was subsequently kicked off of the news.
Yeah, but we kept it going for as long as we could.
I never got feedback. Did you ever get feedback from our peers?
Yes.
I never heard anything about it.
Oh, they always told me that they loved it, and I thought I was hilarious.
It's everyone. I loved watching it when I wasn't on it anymore. Because I was like, this was so much funnier when we did it.
That was the closest I was ever being to being a theater kid.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I most of my
it's in my blood, I guess.
most of my drama classes and stuff, I did the background stuff.
Right.
I didn't want to be. I'm not a song and dance. Yeah. Remember, I tap dance.
Jimmy, I can't believe that you just did those moves just now. Whoa, oh, wow. Oh. Look at him, everyone. Look at him go.
I love theater of the mind.
Yeah.
I could do anything.
Jeremy, where'd you get that skateboard?
Oh, you mean this?
Oh, wow. Jeremy, that move has been said to be impossible.
Yo, check this out, Tony Hawk.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Tony Hawk is here, and no one can disprove it. No, you're fine. Just keep eating your ice cream.
Just our portal's still open in the closet
Yeah.
from a year and a half ago.
More Kevins are in there. It's just our closet's full of Kevins.
Kevin Nealon.
Listen to our 50th episode. That was a gem. God, so many Kevins.
We had Kevin Hart was here.
Kevin Hart, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Hart, he came through the ceiling.
He did. Kevin Bacon. Kevin Sorbo's your dad.
You're saying that these kids have a pretty prominent Instagram?
They have...
Maybe they could get us in touch with Kevin Sorbo.
Okay, define prominent.
Kevin Sorbo prominent.
Still less than 100.
Oh,
We're about to beat 100.
take that.
If you're not joining our Instagram, be our 100th. Be our 100th. It sounds like a drunk dude at a bar. I'm looking for my 100th.
There's a couple clips on there.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff on there. But anyway, Jeremy, so again, another thing that I notice about this podcast, listening to it, it's, they come together to do this podcast, and it's just, we're just another two guys, two friends.
Just palling around.
Doing a podcast, making an excuse to spend time together. At least that's what it seems to me.
You think they like spending time together?
It seems they, like I said,
Because a lot of like radio shows and like, I'm sure this translates to podcasts as well, is people might have started out cool and then like the relationship changes, but then they have to turn it on to keep the show going.
Yeah.
Right? Famously, this happened to one of my favorite radio shows, Opie and Anthony. They were best friends and then it all crashed and burned, but they still had to be friendly on air.
and Claire and Edward, as they're talking, they start to notice that they have a lot in common.
Ooh.
Because again, they don't hang out, so they say. And so this is them hanging out, and they're starting to find out they have a lot of similarities. They can make each other laugh. They build a lot on these rapports. And, you know, the content's not bad. They're improv kids, so they're making some jokes and stuff. It's good. It's good fun.
Good-natured fun.
They probably suffer from very little trauma or massive amounts of trauma because humor comes in mysterious ways.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, Jeremy. So let's actually pick up where we're about. You know, we're getting close to the halfway point. We got to figure out what this episode's going to be about. We got to talk about topics, Jeremy.
Roller coasters.
Roller coasters. You know, the death of the banana.
Dinosaurs.
Brownie recipes. The holidays are coming up, Jeremy. Wait, no, the holidays are upon us, Jeremy.
Is abortion a human right?
Abortion. What did you vote on for abortion? Yes for abortion or no for abortion?
I just let the lady who was at the ballot box fill it out for me.
You did?
I just wanted the sticker.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
See, this is the thing. For me, specifically, when it comes to abortion, the only thing in my life that would help to guide that decision, for me specifically, is the fact that I have a beautiful daughter. Mm-hmm. And my beautiful daughter, if the way that the abortion laws are in Florida, if something unspeakable were to happen, then she would be forced to be in a position to do something that I don't necessarily think she'd want to do as a young child. And
you're saying if she
I want to make sure her options are open
you're
to
saying
have a normal childhood after a horrible traumatic experience.
You're saying,
if that makes sense.
What you're saying is that if she had an unwanted pregnancy from unwanted advances,
Yes.
is what you're talking about.
Sure.
Does the law in Florida not allow you to take care of that?
Isn't that what they were voting on? To yes or no?
For Prop 4?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a heartbeat bill. It's a 6-week heartbeat bill.
6 weeks?
Mm-hmm. The baby inside the belly gets a heartbeat at 6 weeks, roughly. Right. Everybody's different.
Uh-huh.
But around 6 weeks is when they have a heartbeat.
Uh-huh.
And so they're like, after that, you can't.
Okay. I still I want it to happen.
I do believe
Right.
that there are exceptions. Like if your daughter would die giving birth, then she could have the procedure done. If she was
12
with unwanted advances from a man doing illegal things,
yes,
it can be, the procedure can go forward.
Oh, well, then that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Well, then I'm good.
Yeah, look at us.
Hey, high five. That was the one thing I was worried about.
Yeah! Common ground, America.
We don't have a baby crying sound?
No, we don't.
What's the closest? I think it's the eagle scream.
The close I was about to go. That's what I was going for.
No, don't cry. Don't cry.
But I'm 28 weeks old.
Well, you can't cry at that age.
Well,
We're going to suck you out with a vacuum.
I think the cries sound more like.
Yeah, it sounds like indigestion.
Yep. I don't know. I keep drinking Pepto-Bismol.
I was just going to say so. I was thinking about a Pepto-Bismol joke.
Someone give me that Imodium.
Upset stomach, diarrhea, unwanted pregnancy.
What is it? Yay, Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Abortion. Yay, Pepto-Bismol. Let's just crush up Plan B and put it in an abortion or put it in Pepto-Bismol. Pretty easy to cast aside your moral obligations.
I mean, if you think about it, it's no different than like regular birth control.
I think one stops it from happening and the other one stops it while it's happening.
Oh, well, you know what? Delaney's pretty dope, so whatever came before that it doesn't really matter.
I sacrifice you all to the altar of Delaney.
She gets a +1/+1.
Yeah. For every pill taken, she gains more power like a Highlander.
She gains stats. Hey everybody, Future Michael here. Just want to tell you about our band of the week, which plays at the end of the episode. It's the George Cross Project, featuring their song Be the Light. Check them out. Great stuff. Our opening theme song is by William Lanham. You can check out his music on YouTube at William Lanham Music, Lanham. So you should do that. And we're brought to you by Dungeon Studios, makers of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons modules. Go to their website, dungeonstudios.co, and browse their wares. There's also links to various podcasts like The Game, Nerd News, and an audio drama called Fables from the Forgotten. And that one I do a lot in, so it's you should check it out. If you like audio dramas. If you're a band and you want to be featured as a band of the week, send us an email at UHJYEAH at MJSYVERSE.com. I think that's it. I love you. Bye. So, Jeremy, what else can we talk about? Band books.
Well, we could have mixed the abortion and the roller coaster conversation.
Oh yeah, two birds. Well, they have that. Remember how we stole Murder Coaster, and remember how we talked to Matt during the Patreon episode that will eventually drop, and how he actually based Murder Coaster off of the hypothetical coaster, the euthanasia coaster.
Right, the one you could ride, have a nice good ride.
Yeah, it's basically a series of smaller, descending in size loops to the point where the G-forces just kill your brain.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time at all.
Well, the point is to kill yourself.
Yeah, but...
And do it in a way that it's not going to be painful. You just lose consciousness, and then the oxygen goes...
Have you ever been through extreme G-forces before?
Huh?
You've experienced extreme G-forces before.
Yes, Jeremy, of course. We've all been on Gravitrons.
Right. Yeah, Gravitrons, Mission Space.
Yes.
Right? You get very sick before the damage takes place. Why would you want to be on a roller coaster and be like, I think I'm going to puke. I'm so hot and clammy.
Well, I don't think your diaphragm is
die.
going to be contracting like that.
I think with dying by G-force means that you're super sick before you die.
Well, this is the thing, Jeremy. It's not the fact that the G-forces kill you. It's that you get to a specific G-force that isn't unbearable, but it's the maintained G-force. So the G-force is maintained for a duration long enough to where the blood leaves your brain loses oxygen, you just go into a little coma and die.
After you're sick from the first 6 loop-de-loops.
But they're not spinning like this. They're spinning just like this, right? You're just going, woo.
So it's not Guardians of the Galaxy Rewind. It's Space Mountain.
You're going, yep, up and over, and then up and over, and then up and over, up, and then you're dead.
That doesn't sound sustainable.
It is.
Yeah, you got to maintain you got to maintain the track.
The guy won a Nobel Prize.
Did he?
Yeah.
Must have been one of my people. Cheers.
Cheers. Roofers?
Juice.
Oh, Jeremy. I wanted to talk about last week.
Oh,
Yeah, remember last week?
uh-huh.
I do too.
Vividly.
Yeah. So,
It was one of those things I had to self-reflect and go like, I wasn't making it about Mike, right? Like I wasn't trying to.
I understand where you're coming from because you have had to drag yourself out of some of the worst situations on the planet. And like a lot of people, when you experience something, you're like, anybody can do it. If I can do it and I know me, then anybody can do it.
Anybody is strong. I think there are people who also lack willpower and heart to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people get lucky in situations that make that situation easier to overcome. Some people get super lucky and just run into somebody who can fix their whole life. That can happen as well.
So I learned a lot about myself in reflection after that conversation, because as I was driving home and being very sad, I thought, well, where's Jeremy coming from? I was like, he's not trying to attack me. He's just giving his opinion about people in general, which, I mean, technically included me during the conversation. This is a conversation about ADHD, right? And how productive one with ADHD can really be alone. And I've been very, you use the word, and I've been very codependent for a lot of things in my life. And it's not that like, I'm not seeing we'll use this as an example, a sink full of dishes. Not seeing. Sink high.
Sing high.
So it's just, my brain doesn't process that the fact that they need to get done right now. I always do the dishes.
Right now.
Right now. Yeah. And so you gotta get in there and do the dishes. I'm Bill Cosby.
Mike, we were in here last week. We were talking about ADHD.
So, like, for me, it's like, hey, can you do the dishes? Oh, absolutely. I'll take care of those right now. Because you asked me to do it. And it's like, oh, I have a directive, I have a path, I have something that I now have a job to do. Mm-hmm. So forcing that job onto myself in that moment, it's like, I can do that later, and then you use all your dishes, and you're like, I have to do all the dishes right now, and then you do all the dishes. It's not like I don't do the fucking dishes, but Jeremy, I can tell you that this week all the dishes were done all week long.
My fucking place is spotless.
As I cried,
there's soap everywhere.
As I cried and felt bad about everything. So the conversation that you had with me instilled this horrible pain that made me clean my house. And I was very sad about it the whole time.
Well, I'm proud and feel bad about it.
Well, hey, Jeremy, do I have a clean house now?
It's super clean.
Some parts of it. The bathrooms are tough. There's gross. Bathrooms are gross. Also I have a thing with mold.
It freaks you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's like 2 Tupperware containers on my countertop that have food that
Throw
have
it
been
away.
in there. Food that's been in there for 10 months.
Oh, throw it away.
And I just look at it, I'm like, ooh, gross, I'm not touching that.
Because it makes you want to gag and stuff. Yeah. I get that too.
Instead, it sits there for months and years.
Yeah, I get that too. Like, I'll leave a beer bottle
Uh-huh.
in the garage, and it'll have just like the smallest sip of beer in it. And I'll go back out in the garage like 2 weeks later, and it's got like little greenies floating on top of it. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But then you want to throw it away.
But this is the thing, Jeremy.
And then you picture, you can't dump it out.
Right.
Because you'll see the greenies float down the thing. That makes you want to throw up.
Ugh.
That's me too.
Gross.
But then also when you just forget and you just close your eyes and throw it in a trash can, as you walk away, you picture the greenies coming out of the bottle into the trash bag. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it's all bad.
Yeah.
All of it's bad.
So, but I own a gas mask, Jeremy, for this. I own a gas mask.
Right on.
For this.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty metal.
And for the cat box.
Yeah, dude, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Why do cats have to be so?
I don't know, but I put a
Cute.
gas mask on.
Ugh.
I own a gas mask to clean my litter box and to deal with mold.
Ugh. Their shit smells so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. It sucks because like they're not even like semi-omnivores like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They get fiber and stuff.
Yeah.
And cats are like 100% meat.
Protein.
Yeah, always only. If you're one of those fuckers that feeds your cat vegetables,
Broccoli.
yeah, like they eat it ferociously because they're not getting any nutrients at all, and they're desperate for food. So they'll literally eat anything in hopes that it will provide that nutrient.
I think at that point they're just looking
Look,
at you,
Jerry
waiting for
loves
you.
it.
They're waiting for you to die so they can eat you.
Yeah, right.
They're like, "Fuck you! I can't wait till you die. I'm gonna eat your cheeks first."
And it sucks because they don't even let the cat go outside to like kill mice and stuff, right? It's a shame.
I let my cats outside.
Yeah, your cat walks outside 5 feet, lays down, and then goes inside when we do.
He'll play with a butterfly and never kill it. He'll just like swat at it and just be happy.
A cat weighs 20 pounds.
He's not hungry. He's not a hungry cat.
And you feed your animals great. You are one of the best pet owners that I know. Your cats and your dog, they eat like real food. Yeah.
Not human food, but like real food. It's not just kibble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do the same thing with my cat.
I go through stints though. I got to give a lot of credit to my wife because she'll get on a kick where she's like, it's brown rice or whatever she does, eggs and mixed different liver and whatever to give to the dogs and stuff. And then when us being lazy with it is buying like the fresh refrigerated.
Yeah, it's got
food.
the vegetables and meat and everything.
That's our lazy.
Yeah, but even still, people don't spend money on that.
It's expensive.
It is expensive.
Yes.
But
I work really, really hard so that my life can remain the same.
yeah.
Things get better for the things in my house. I work for peace. Oh, we're out of this. You can get it.
Yeah.
We need this, or I would like to get this for the dog. Get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I still have my beer. I still have my YouTube premium subscription. Like, I don't really have a lot that I care about that way.
Yeah.
I'll spend extra money on the dog food before I spend extra money on my pants or something.
Podcast.
I'm waiting on 500 subscribers on YouTube. That's the goal.
And then you'll help me?
Then I'll give you $50 a month.
Don't. But that's what we need to get those numbers, Jeremy. We're stagnant.
Cart, horse, I don't know.
I don't know. Michael's carrying the cart.
I really would like if we could itemize everything, then it'd be much easier.
You tell me what I need to do.
Itemize.
Define item. You want me to write it all down on a piece of
Itemize
paper?
expenses. Yeah.
Okay.
You can send it in an email. I'll print it out. I got a printer.
I believe you. I believe you. And you know what? If I don't do it, then I'm the problem.
I've asked.
Because you have. You have asked
Since
that.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the website's
I've been like super busy right now.
I'm pretty sure the internet's or the website's like $40 a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need it itemized and be like, oh, and then I can have an amount that I just send.
And I don't know. I don't think people like our stickers on the website, so I want to get new good stickers and get rid of the QR code and just have nice art.
What if we did something a little more tangible than a sticker? Like a Michael and Jeremy plushie.
Oh, like a gun.
Yep.
357 Magnum.
Uh-huh.
A Majizzy gun.
Yep. It's only $1,300
Yeah.
a piece.
Hey, you guys let me know. You guys want to buy a Majizzy gun?
I guess we got to send out the forms, electronically sign the gun forms. I don't know if it works like that.
It's America. Wait, no, we'll just tell them it's rifles.
I tried the gun show loophole. It doesn't work.
What is it? What happens?
They say you could just go to a gun show and just buy a gun without a background check.
Rifles and shotguns.
Without a background check.
Oh no, you still need a background check.
It's physically impossible.
But rifles and shotguns you can take with you same day.
Yeah, those are same day.
Yeah, handguns you got to wait 3 days
Right, because why?
because they want to make sure you're not a horrible criminal.
Right. Because horrible criminals don't usually walk into a place with a hunting rifle.
Excuse me, kind sir. I'm going bear hunting, and I require this Tech 9.
I would like a Uzi.
Bears are very aggressive this time of year.
You never have too many bullets, am I right?
There's a lot of bears where I live. I don't know about you, but having a Tech 9 is really going to solve that problem.
That just put the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Uh-huh.
That scene where he fucking pops out of the car and he's like, cows.
Oh, yeah.
I
he's
hate
just
cows.
Murdering
And he
cows.
just Tommy guns the cows.
That was so funny.
It's
That made
so
my
bad.
dad laugh so hard the first time he saw that.
It fucked me up. I was young when I saw it, and I was like, why would he Put all those holes in those cows. It's so fucking fucked
I
up.
hate cows.
Yeah, but because of the character and the movie and the Odyssey.
That never happened in the Odyssey. You didn't murder a bunch of cows.
Well, it's an allegory. George Clooney has a giant head, by the way.
Is it?
It's huge. Needs custom hats.
I mean, I cannot say I don't believe you.
It's not proportional.
Is it headcanon?
It's absolutely headcanon lore at this point. Him and Tom Cruise, same size head.
Wait, that would practically make Tom Cruise like a bobblehead.
No, he's top heavy.
Yeah.
Yep. Top Gun.
He's the Top Gun with that top head. Why do you think Scientology was drawn to him? Look at the size of Tom Cruise's head. Surely he's filled with midichlorians or whatever.
He's an apex human. He can't drown.
We gotta hook him up to our machines.
He just floats from the chin down.
He was outside of an airplane for a scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they had to put Vaseline all over his forehead
Yeah.
so the wind.
Wouldn't get into his giant head.
His little eyelids.
How do we make Tom Cruise's head more aerodynamic so he doesn't die? He has to wear a neck brace in every car.
It's a fun bit.
Just another two guys. Just two guys, a guy and a girl. Just two friends.
It is actually a pretty good idea to just shoot the shit and talk about things you could potentially talk about.
Oh yeah, and then never talk. Well, they do talk about things, which is funny.
Do they ever talk about their sexual chemistry?
Although they should. I give it 2 more months. These two are going to be fully dating.
Well, we discussed this, Mike, and you said that you think that the female host is like shooting her shot.
If
at
I
the
had
male
to guess, if I had to speculate,
Right.
allegedly, I think
about these children.
I think Claire. Jamie, you can speculate about children all you want. There's nothing illegal about speculating about children, but I think Claire's making her move on. I think Claire's making the move.
Now, I think it's the opposite.
Now you think it's Edward
Now, I think we've got a case of
because Edward's the one who raised his hand.
yeah, he's
right?
like, I can do
"Hey,
that.
Claire.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll come over and hang out at your house.
I'll go hang out with you.
I'll talk about whatever.
You're like so pretty and smart.
I'd be like, I mean, everyone just thinks you're so funny and your hair's pretty. Smell good. You're like the smartest kid in math class.
Remember that time on improv where I said that one thing and then you came back? It was really funny.
Remember when everyone was knowing me and you were yes-anding me?
I was like, always like, we should hang out in this like perfect opportunity. But you know, we're just two buds, two pals. Just pound it up. Just another
palling
two guys.
around.
It's just super chill. It's super chill.
Mike, let's call a drama teacher.
Okay.
It's Mr. Leary.
It's Mr. Leary.
It just hit me.
Mr.
It
Leary.
literally just hit me and smacked me right in the brain.
Leary. That was his name. You just got hit in the face.
L-Y.
I knew it was a Y in the end. But I thought it was a T at the beginning. Mr. Teary.
So Mr. Leary, he was always leering over all of his students.
That's the joke. That was the joke.
Massaging young wrestlers.
I love you, Hunter.
Strong back on this one. Oh, you like CCR?
That's some great photoshopping you're doing. How wonderful.
Yes, Jeremy, I like how you've taken Bruce Dickinson's dick and turned it into a banana with milk spilling out of it.
To make fun of Jared.
Ah, yes, Iron Maiden blows as well. I agree.
Fuck Jared.
Put on.
And now I'm going to show you a video I made with underage children in it.
Featuring Duran
Duran's
Duran's.
my favorite band.
Featuring Duran Duran's Girls on Film.
He did. That's not a joke. That's not a bit. He did show that to us. He's like, all right, everybody, we're going to be making music videos. Here's an example of one that I did in my free time last weekend. And it was Girls on Film by Duran Duran, and all the people in it were not of age.
Just a bunch of underage girls.
I think some of them went to the high school. Oh, God.
Mr. Leary.
Mr. Leary.
Shout out, Mr. Leary.
R.I.P.?
I don't know. Let's find
Is
out.
he alive? I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's fine.
What was his first name? Greg?
He He seemed like a Greg. Am I still looking up drama people to call? What are we going to ask? Just Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone? Just a real quick question.
They're all going to go with Schwarzenegger.
You don't know that?
I do know that because I know that drama teachers tend to have certain political views and they're not going to choose Stallone.
Bringing politics into it.
It's actually pretty polarizing now with the way the election went. You've got Stallone was like, oh yeah, Donald Trump should be the president. And then you got Schwarzenegger, he's like, I believe in Kamala. I was a Republican governor and I believe in Kamala Harris.
I believe in her. She visits me when I lose my teeth. Kamala Harris is the tooth fairy.
Where did that come from?
She collects the teeth. I don't know.
I didn't know Kamala Harris was the fucking tooth fairy.
Improv. We're all about it.
How did she become a senator? Great tooth fairy.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Got that work
for
ethic.
1,500 years.
I guess America wasn't ready for their first tooth fairy president. Do you think she would run again?
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think she would.
Nah, if she's acting vice president and she fucking loses the election, no one wants her. And dude, this was not close. This is not, like, looking at the numbers, it was not a close election.
I fell asleep before the numbers were counted, and I went, I know how this is going. Good night.
Wow. 6 blue states. 6 of them are blue on the map.
They zoomed into the counties of California, and it was just red with like 3 blue dots in it, and then the whole state was blue.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, even California's tired of California.
Wow. Oh, Jeremy.
I know when you woke up the next morning, you popped open your champagne, Mike. You kept going on about it.
I didn't.
You kept going on about it.
Jeremy, I hate both of them.
You kept going on about it. You were like,
I voted for Bernie Sanders, Jeremy.
you went E. Jean who? And you said,
Jeremy,
don't care.
I voted for Bernie Sanders.
In 2024.
Yes.
Did you write in? Did you vote?
I wrote in Bernie Sanders.
Why?
As a write-in vote. Because, Jeremy, why not, Jeremy, right?
Yeah, I got to vote in Florida.
Hey,
I guess I'm pretty popular.
probably for my fun articles.
He's going to be the next one who starts painting. We saw all of his paintings of Mongolian rape victims from his fantasies.
And tamales. No, those are tamales. There's a beautiful painting of tamales.
Bernie, it looks like a bunch of cut off penises wrapped around in a blanket. No, they're tamales. Delicious.
It's a dream I had, okay?
We all had the dream. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
My favorite memes that came out of the whole election was the what is it? Obama Harris.
Obama?
Where they
That's a fun word.
they fused his face onto her, like really good Photoshop. So it's like his strong chin.
I loved Obama.
I'm sure you did.
I think he was a great president.
Yeah.
And he was he's so smooth.
What was your favorite thing
suave.
he did as president?
Was
It when he deported more Mexicans than anybody else in the
that was
entire
nice.
history? Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that.
your favorite.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
those Mexicans, I mean, realistically, Jeremy, he sends them over and he's like, okay, so here's the form you need to fill out and then you can come back in.
Trump did that.
No,
That's not what Obama did.
And then second of all, great dance moves.
It was called the Remain in Mexico Act, and Donald Trump started that. So you got to stay over there while we found them. Obama did, well, you could come in here while you fill out your paperwork. Trump was like, well, you stay over there and do your paperwork. That was different. But Trump never deported as many people.
Jeremy, we're constantly deporting people. Always.
Always. Have been.
Regardless of president.
Have been.
I think it's weird to say that this person deported. No, it's the departments that are, their job is to deport people, and they do it.
No, because they changed the policies of how deportation happens, right?
Right.
So under like Biden and Harris, they were like, no, you come in, we'll give you, here's your card with all the cash on it, here's your hotel, and you can just chill here and be a citizen while we go over your paperwork. That's what that administration...
Is that horrible?
Yes.
Why?
It turns out a lot of them were criminals. Turns out a lot of people have been shot and raped by these illegal immigrants.
Well, Jeremy, I think it's bold to say that a majority of them are criminals.
I didn't say that.
A lot meaning 17?
A lot of them.
So 17, 8, not 20, maybe.
So when you talk about something like this, let's say that there are 1 million people, right? And 10,000 of them are rapists.
Uh-huh.
10,000 to 1 million is a low number.
you think
10,000 rapists is a high number.
Do you think there's 10,000
I said
rapists?
I just came up with a number, 1 million to 10,000.
I think 200. Like that's out of 1 million people who are active rapists. 200 is maybe gonna be your number out of 1 million.
I was just throwing out let's call it 200.
Okay.
Okay. So if you release 1 million people into an area, and 200 of them are rapists,
Right.
Is that a lot of rapists, or is you gonna go, well, statistically it's only 200 out of 1 million, so it's a really small number, or you go, nah, we still let 200 rapists in.
Right, but we also
Is that a lot? Is 200 rapists a lot of rapists?
You also let 900,000 plus individuals who are not rapists
Right,
allowed to continue to have better lives.
But we're talking about the rapists.
But you're talking about the ratio, saying that the only thing that you're applying to this situation is the number of racists.
Rapists.
So, right. They play
rapists.
Shadow Legends.
Ragists.
Oh yeah.
Radists.
The sexual assaultists. So the bad sex guys or ladies, right? You know, we're inclusive. So they come in. There's 200 of them, but like I said, during this process, 900,000, 1 million people have entered. 200 happen to be the sexual assaultists.
They say yes, while others say no.
So what you're saying is you're discounting the fact that we are allowing 900,000 plus individuals have better lives to prevent 200 sexual assaultists into the country.
Yes.
So that's worth it. Is to discontinue the lives of almost 1 million people.
200 people is a lot of people.
200 people is a lot of people. 200 bad people. So okay, what you're saying is you have gangrene starting on your toe. You have gangrene starting on the tip of the end of your toe. And to stop the gangrene, you start hacking where your leg meets your hip bone.
Well,
is what you're saying.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Gangrene is bad.
Can I tell you why?
Gangrene is
Can
bad,
I tell you why
Jeremy.
this is a bad?
On your.
I'll tell you why
I love the hand gesture.
I'm going to tell you why
I'll
this
tell
is
you
a
why it's bad.
I'm going to
I'll
tell you why this is a bad comparison.
Okay.
Because gangrene is a disease that you get, right? You don't just go all of a sudden look at your foot and be like, I'm going to allow all the gangrene inside of you. I'm going to let all of these molecules inside of my toe. 200 of those molecules are gangrene, but all the other molecules are great for my skin.
That's not a real procedure.
I'm gonna let in a little bit.
That's not a real procedure.
Well, yeah, but
you're
you're saying that if I have gangrene,
you're sacrificing a larger majority.
if you already
to
have gangrene, that means that the rapists are already in your toe. You're already letting in the rapists into your toe. Now you're saying, how do I get rid of this problem? Do I cut the whole toe off? Or do I just keep letting him come in and hope that more gangrene doesn't spread? Let's bring the numbers down. Let's make it more local, like to your house, right?
Okay.
Okay. So you've got 40 people coming over to your house.
For a fun party.
I
have hors d'oeuvres.
You're
I
opening
have
the door.
Beer.
You decided
There's
to
a beer bong.
You decided to open the door. You don't care who's coming over. You don't know who they are. You don't. Oh yeah, this guy says he's invited 20 people. That guy invited 5 people. That guy invited. You don't know who any of these people are. But you want to throw a fun party, so you just open your door, right?
Okay, this is not something I would do because that sounds
Right.
terrifying.
Yeah, no one would really
But
just open their door and let a bunch of strangers run into it.
Let's
right?
just keep talking.
That's 9 out of 10 of those strangers are great people, but you wouldn't just let 10 strangers just walk into your home, right? Turns out one of those strangers is a rapist. Do you end the party? Do you get rid of just the rapist? What do you do?
Well, if he begins to do his horrible act, I shoot him in the head.
Okay.
And save the person.
All right. Now you're safe in a handful of states, but
well, he's in my house, so it's Florida.
right.
Florida.
So now your house is the entire country. That border is the door to your house.
Okay. I still think it's bold to just keep your doors locked and never let anybody in for any parties.
Is 200 rapists a lot? Is that a high number? Are you okay with that many? Well, there's all these other
Jeremy,
people that are great.
Right. You're setting this up to where it's like you are in a room. You're surrounded by 200 rapists. Is that a lot of rapists?
Yes.
Right.
Is that a high number?
That's the scenario that you're setting up.
If you went into the border, if you just went into Canada through the woods, and then one day they found out that you were in Canada illegally, what do you think they're going to do? Give you a birthday cake?
Especially not. It's not my birthday.
Sorry.
Sorry.
They're going to put you in prison or send you back to the United States.
Jeremy, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes suck. Get it?
They're growing on me.
You really?
Yep.
We have been Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast.
And another thing, Israel.
We have been Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in on this wonderful episode of Just Another Two Guys.
Just another two
And
guys.
Just say, Claire, tell Edward how you feel. Jeremy,
Edward, that's going to be really hard to hear when she tells you that you guys, I thought we were just friends. And there was nothing more to this, even though you talked on a phone together every night and talked about your podcast and got all giddy and happy about it and you were filled with butterflies. She's going to tell you the truth. The truth hurts.
unless you're gay. I never thought about that part.
What, if he was gay?
Yeah.
I think they're all gay now.
Everyone's just a little gay.
I think everyone's just a little gay now.
We have a email. It's UHJYEAH at MJSYVERSE.com. MJSYVERSE. And I already mentioned the phone number. And you know what? We have a playlist filled with
really good music.
Really good music. All the bands of the week that we've had curated in one spot. That's MJSY playlist. MJSY space playlist. And we have additional content. We have a Patreon with extra episodes where you can listen to us interview the hosts of the shows we steal, little bits and bobbles of me and Jamie shooting the shit, and other special things. And that is patreon.com/MJSYPod. And we have those episodes also on Spotify on our second channel, Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast Supreme, where you can go to one thing and get all of our episodes in one spot. And it's great, and it helps out the show. Go to our website, MJSYPod.com. Buy a sticker.
These kids are just sitting in math class.
Yeah.
And they're talking about their fun bit about how fun it would be
It's
to
a
start
fun
a podcast.
bit. It'd be so funny.
What about the math?
Yeah, are they doing math homework?
What are they sitting around just shooting the shit in math?
Really got to get that microphone
What is
up.
this? What is this, Algebra 1B? I don't know. What math class is senior year? What math class did we do senior year? Was that? I was in calculus.
Algebra 2.
I took calculus.
Super math.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
I just kept drawing shapes.
There's shapes and numbers.
I just had to put the round peg in the square hole.
Oh, nice.
That's what Claire and Edward's trying to do.
Anyway, so if you have a podcast you want us to steal, let us know. And Jamie, oh man, it's getting burr. Happy December, Jamie.
It's getting burr.
We're getting closer to our MJSY Christmas special.
It's not even kind of cold.
It's Jamie. It's December.
Yeah.
It's 70 degrees.
For all you listeners out there, the leaves are changing and things,
shoveling ice off your
snow.
Off your car.
Have a happy winter wonderland.
Yeah, we're gonna be chilling in Florida using our AC still.
If that thing doesn't turn off.
Jeremy, I think that's it. I love you, buddy.
Oh, Litterman Mike.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
There's a man on a mission each and every day. Gotta stop and listen to what he had to say. He said, listen to your heart, it'll never lie. Don't let your chance at the good life
podcast. I think the only thing that we can do is just put it back into the claw machine.
For the next people to find.
Indeed. I want more people to hear just another two guys.
Riveting.
Just another two guys.
You thought they were the same guys? They're not.
It's different ones.
They're the other ones.
The other ones. So, well, how does this work? Like, do we shoot? Oh, wow, Jeremy, I didn't know you could fold your body like that and get. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, does that hurt? Does that hurt? Oh,
I'm inside the machine.
Jeremy, you're inside the claw machine.
I'm part of this. Everything's ones and zeros in
Oh,
here.
Jeremy, get the Blastoise. I want the Blastoise. The Blastoise. Just throw it in here. Just throw it in the thing.
Yeah.
The Blastoise. Thank you. Ah, all right. Now I don't want anything else that's in there.
Mike, I feel like I belong in here.
You're already peeing your pants.
This is my home now.
Now you're taking a shit.
Everything's warm and cold.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, there's children here.
领红叶摇下，拍打冲刺。
Wow, Mike. Cut that.
Do you think I should cut that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably.
A little too strong.